My name is Robert Jones. I got married at 25, but I have to say, my first marriage was a total disaster. Back then, I was just a regular employee, and we were strapped for cash, so I asked my wife to work as well.
I can't find a job. What choice do I have?
She said and would just lazily spend her days at home. She barely did any chores and spent my salary however she liked. Moreover, my wife somehow got hooked on playing slot machines and seemed to be pouring most of my salary into them. When the money ran out, she secretly borrowed from consumer loan companies. But when she fell behind on repayments, they contacted me, and it all came out. She was defiant, blaming me for not earning more.
It's your fault for not providing enough. I'm in debt because of you. It's all your responsibility. You pay it back.
All the love I had left for my shameless wife completely disappeared. When I presented her with the divorce papers, she balked, but when I said I would hire a lawyer, she reluctantly signed. After that, I was single for 5 years until I met my current wife, approaching 40. My wife, Kay, is also divorced. Her ex-husband was a cheater, and no matter how many times Kay tried to stop him, he apparently never quit. Kay, who was unable to bear it anymore, got a divorce at 50 and met me 5 years later. Kay is 15 years older than me, but I'm totally smitten with her regardless. I love your smile. This was my marriage proposal. Kay is a wonderful woman who is very kind and always smiling. I want to see this smile beside me for the rest of my life. She was worried about the age difference, but she agreed to marry me after seeing my passion. We've had our hardships, but I'm happy now. One day, Kay brought up this suggestion.
I want to go work outside. Staying at home all the time isn't healthy.
Her job is something like self-employed remote work, but lately, it's been steady, so she said she wanted to work a side job. Yay, I think that's fine. Do as you like, Kay. I'll support you all the way.
Really? Thank you.
She smiled joyfully. Seeing her beloved smile, I couldn't help but smile too. Speaking of which, they're looking for part-time administrative staff at my company. Want me to refer you?
At your company? I'd rather not have a referral. I want to get in on my own merit.
True to her word, Kay was hired as part-time administrative staff on her own merit. They had multiple openings across different departments, and she was assigned to the general affairs. We kept the fact that she's my wife a secret, respecting her wishes. But Mitchell, the head of general affairs, who met Kay and me once, knows. One day, when I had some business in general affairs, Mitchell approached me cheerfully.
Kay is a lifesaver. She's so quick with her work. She seems very familiar with computer operations. Was it related to her previous job?
Well, something like that. In a corner of the general affairs office, Kay was working seriously on a computer. She seemed very focused and didn't notice me.
I wish she would work as a full-time employee. Robert, could you ask her?
Well, she says she prefers part-time.
Oh, what? That new woman? Is she your wife?
Suddenly, a third person intervened in our conversation. It was Mr. Thompson from the administration department. Damn it. The person who shouldn't have found this out. He hates me. It all started when he joined the company. He wanted to be in the planning department I'm in, but he got assigned to administration, and our colleges are rivals. Knowing that, he unilaterally viewed me as an enemy. Later, after I successfully led a project and received an award, he officially marked me as his enemy. Even though he is younger, he holds a higher position, so he always looks down on me all the time. When I remarried, he deliberately caught me and made a sarcastic comment.
Remarrying at your age? Huh. She must have quite the taste. What's she like? Unattractive and settled for you because she couldn't find anyone better.
Since he's always like this to me, I kept quiet about Kay being my wife, but it can't be helped now that he knows. I said to him with as calm a smile as I could manage, to show no hostility, I'm sorry, I preferred to keep it a secret that she's my wife. It may cause some inconveniences, but please bear with us. Contrary to my expectation, he left, looking uninterested. Did I worry too much? I thought. The next day, worried, I peeked into the administration department, and Mr. Thompson was standing in front of Kay's desk. They were talking, but Kay's expression was gradually darkening. Mr. Thompson was grinning, and with a bad feeling, I rushed in front of them. What are you talking about? He was a little surprised by my sudden appearance, and then his grin returned.
I was just giving her a new task.
A new task.
Yeah. Cleaning suits an old hag, doesn't it?
Saying so, he handed over a bucket and a mop. I was about to lose it to his rude remarks, but Kay herself stopped me.
It's okay. I understand, Mr. Thompson. I'll start cleaning duties today.
Kay.
It's fine. You go back to your work, okay?
Perhaps judging it unwise to make a scene, she was trying to resolve the situation peacefully with a smile. Certainly, I'd be at a disadvantage if things got messy here. While glaring at Mr. Thompson, I silently left as Kay suggested. When we got home, I tried to discuss today's matter with her.
It's fine. Just leave it. I enjoy cleaning too.
But
You'll be at a disadvantage if you make a fuss now, right? And it's a blessing in disguise that a woman like me can work in this day and age.
sorry, I couldn't protect you properly then. He said such horrible things, and I let him hurt you.
No, you're protecting me just fine. Don't worry about it.
She showed a gentle smile, even to such a pathetic me. I must protect her somehow. I still don't have any good ideas, but I can't let it end like this. I will definitely make Mr. Thompson apologize. This was the resolve I made 2 weeks later. The office was bustling that day. Executives from a client were scheduled to visit, and apparently, they were going to be shown around by the CEO. The day before, we were busy preparing for a visit by an outside dignitary. And after a while,
Robert, the CEO is calling for you.
what? Rushing to the CEO's office? Unexpectedly, my wife was also there.
Come with me.
We are led by the stern-faced CEO to the general affairs. And then, the CEO calls out Mr. Thompson.
I've heard everything from this lady here. Do you understand who she really is?
What do you mean?
Mr. Thompson abruptly called in, looks at me, but I'm also clueless about what's going on. However, the next words from the CEO made everything clear.
She's one of our major shareholders.
What?
My wife, Kay, has been investing since she was young. I know she owns stocks in several companies, but I didn't know she also owns stocks in my company. I, being a section manager, never get a chance to meet the shareholders. It seems she has owned stocks in my company since before we got married, and had been meaning to tell me but missed the opportunity.
I'm sorry, honey, I didn't tell you properly.
No, that's fine. Afterwards, the CEO took Mr. Thompson away, telling us to wait in a separate room. It seems the CEO is giving Mr. Thompson a piece of his mind. Occasionally, the CEO's shouting can be heard in our room. Moreover, Kay also owns stocks in our client companies, causing chaos among the higher-ups who knew her. What's going on? Kay honestly explains the situation, bringing us to the current moment. After a while, we are led to the CEO's office and enter together.
I am terribly sorry. Hey, you apologize too.
Despite probably being scolded by the CEO, Mr. Thompson doesn't even look at us, his face sullen. He doesn't seem repentant at all and says,
Is it true that she's a major shareholder? I still can't believe it.
What?
Well, it's fine for me. Let's settle this amicably.
She hurriedly steps between them. However, Mr. Thompson said,
No way, just a section manager from the planning department can remarry our major shareholder. Does a woman willing to marry such a nondescript man even exist in this world? I see. Maybe an unmarried old maid would want to marry such a man. I really can't understand this mindset.
He still insults my wife even now. I am about to punch him, but Kay already grabbed him by the collar.
What did you just say?
What?
You insulted my husband.
Changing completely from her usual mild manner, my wife glares at him, her voice raised in anger.
I don't mind being insulted, but I will never forgive anyone who insults my loved one. I will use all my rights to corner you.
Seeing the sudden change in my wife, Mr. Thompson's eyes go wide in shock. Kay violently lets go of his collar and turns to the CEO.
CEO, please let me talk to the head of HR. I have some concerns about this incompetent personnel.
What?
Noted.
Wait, CEO. Please stop her.
What you did is simply unacceptable. Even if she hadn't asked, I would have talked to the head of HR.
At the CEO's words, Mr. Thompson's face pales. And then, to finish it off, I hand over something to the CEO. It's a palm-sized voice recorder. Since I have the chance, I'll submit this as well.
What is?
This is a testimony from employees who have experienced power harassment and sexual harassment. From Mr. Thompson.
What? What did you say?
He raises his voice in astonishment. I won't stand by silently while my wife is mistreated. I had heard rumors about his bad reputation before, so I thought I could help by investigating on my own. And what I gathered was content far worse than I expected. Regardless of what happened to my wife, Kay, as a member of this company, something needs to be done about him. I had planned to discuss this with HR soon, but I just had a good opportunity.
Don't think you'll get off easy.
At Kay's finishing blow, Mr. Thompson collapsed on the spot. Afterwards, he received a demotion and was transferred to the documentation department, the company's sidelines. Furthermore, the company, viewing this matter seriously, issued a severe warning to him and imposed a heavy pay cut. Being assigned to the documentation department is said to be equivalent to a de facto termination, and this is just a rumor, but it seems there are discussions of divorce occurring in Mr. Thompson's household because of this incident. I saw him the other day after a long while, and he looked utterly worn out and emaciated. Everyone in the company believes that he deserved this end, and no one feels sorry for him. I, too, did not feel the least bit sorry for him. Kay found it hard to stay at the company after this incident and ended up quitting. However, she quickly found a new job.
Now I'm going to be a cashier at a local supermarket. It's my first time doing this job, so I'm a bit nervous.
Just to confirm, you don't own any shares in the supermarket, do you?
I don't.
It seems the job at the supermarket suits my wife well, and she goes to work happily every day. Nobody at her current workplace knows about her being a major shareholder. A lot has happened, but if she's happy now, that's all that matters. I plan to keep pursuing her happiness, to see her lovely smile,